Oh my God, you guys. I think the call is coming from inside the house. Ah, just kidding. You can stop running. You don't have to run, babe. You're running from yourself. The call is coming from inside. It's you. Ah, the thing you've been running from, the thing you're afraid of sitting with, it's you. Okay, 1 second. Let me just check to make sure I'm on. But while I do that, hi, if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Sheba and this is my channel, See Like Sheba. And I just, channel messages from the divine and just share the brilliant, ancient wisdom that I am blessed to have. Is it working? This thing. Let's see. I think it is. Oh, it is. Perfect. Okay, great. All right. Well, the call is coming from inside the house, my love. All right. So, I be taking a bath almost every day for like 2 hours. Today, I took one for like 2.5 hours. I just got caught up in the different messages I was listening to. And so I was chatting with Billy yesterday and I mentioned, my bath. And he was like, yeah, I still can't believe that you spend 2 hours in the bath. He says that like he spends 15 minutes in it and he's like, all right, I'm done. Which is funny because Billy also wants to have a steam room. Like I love the idea of like a wet steam room sauna in our house in our basement. And I'm like, I point out, I'm like, you struggle to sit in a bath for 15 minutes. What you gonna do with the whole steam room? Maybe the divine is like, baby, enjoy your bath first, and then invest in a steam room. But I was also asking, like, what is it that you're afraid of? What is the thing that comes to you that you're like, oh, I don't know, when you think of sitting in a bathtub for an extended period of time? Now, I feel like for Billy, he, is on his computer a lot. He does a lot of his stuff is computer based. And, so I imagine he's a little afraid of not having that. But literally I had these same kind of anxieties, I think, when I first started taking baths. Like, what am I supposed to do? And you can just like do whatever. You just sit. You can just sit quietly. I had to like come to the realization, like that's an option actually. I can just sit quietly. Sometimes my phone dies and I just sit in a bathtub and it's quiet and I have a mirror in my bathtub. And so I just, talk to myself kind of. Some people would call it praying, which is wild. But yeah, I'll listen to music sometimes. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so I was talking about I take a bath every day for like 2 hours every day, almost every day. And my husband was like, how can you do that? Like after 15 minutes, I'm like, I got to get out. And I think we're taught to be afraid of stillness. We're taught to be afraid of going within. We're taught to be afraid of like having time to ourselves. Okay. So I feel like we inherited our parents' fears about their children's like desires and our disobedience or our idleness. We inherited their fears that like, I don't know if your parents had this idea of like idle hands are like the devil's playthings. I think there was even a movie about that, like Seth Green. Remember that? Like the early 2000s, I want to say. But it's this idea that if you don't give a child especially, but like anyone, something to do, if left to their own devices, they're going to do something harmful. They're going to harm themselves. They're going to, do something that's, just harmful to themselves. And so we, are all such good, children. We're to our parents. We inherited our parents' fears that our desires, our disobedience, or our idleness will harm us. And so it left us afraid of our own desires, our own, inner compass, our own, if we think to do something that is different than what our parents think, we're used to thinking that we're in the wrong rather than assuming that like our parents are in the wrong, And having this fear of our idleness, you know? So a lot of us still have this like fear of our desires, of our exploration, of having free time that isn't occupied by an activity. So the idea of sitting in a bathtub or meditating or just being on a toilet when your phone is, dead or something, or not having a phone, or if you don't have music or something playing. We're taught to fear those moments so much that we spend a lot of time avoiding that, doing anything other than just like sitting quietly, sitting outside and listening to spirit. Because that's so funny. That's when like the best messages from the divine, from spirit, from your higher self are able to download. When you're idle, when you're still, when you're not trying to work and clean up and do stuff and fix and strive, when you just sit and you're chill and you bask and you marinate, you'll be surprised by what comes to you. Your next steps will come to you. And it's so funny because we're taught from a young age to fear being idle. I still kind of have this fear of like, I can hear like my father's footsteps like coming down the stairs and me just like sitting, chilling and like getting up and having to like read a book or like straighten something up. Why? Who am I performing that for? Who am I performing productivity for? I'm an adult. My dad's actually dead. There's no reason I should be still having this kind of like triggered response to someone seeing me being idle, someone seeing me just sitting. Okay. And so, yeah, I first started thinking about this with like, this fear of like sitting, being idle. But yeah, I think it's also this fear of like entertaining yourself, kind of. We're taught to fear the things that we like to do when we have free time. So if it's play video games, or if it's watch a TV show, or it's read a book, or, listen to music, we're taught to like kind of feel guilty about it. Like it's wasting time. It's not productive. And that's all made up. Okay. Like when you think of like a bird, do you think they're out there feeling shame that they are like idle when they're just sitting on a branch? Should they be, if they had the mental capacity to be able to like create shame or something? Should they feel ashamed for just like sitting on a branch? Why? Why on earth would humans feel that way? But we do, okay? So, we've inherited our parents' fears of our desires, disobedience, idleness. So when we feel anxiety, fear, or uncertainty, oh gosh, sorry, 1 second. Whew. Okay. When we feel anxiety or fear or uncertainty that comes up when we feel our fears of our desires and of exploring the unknown or of having free time, when we feel that anxiety, fear, and uncertainty, a lot of times we'll do what's familiar. And what's familiar is we judge ourselves, right? We have maybe our mom's voice being like, hey, lazy, what are you doing? Just sitting around. We judge ourselves. We look for evidence of our wickedness and we look for external salvation. We kind of see, like, we're like, oh, this is an uncharted territory. I'm just sitting alone with my thoughts. I'm going to start thinking of all the bad things, all the reason I'm bad, all the things I have to do, all the ways I'm not enough. And we look for like evidence kind of our wickedness, of our badness. And then we look for external salvation. We look for someone outside of us to make it right, to make us right, to redeem us. So we're afraid that our desires, the things we do that our parents might consider disobedient to them, us just sitting around we take that as evidence that like we're bad somehow. And we need someone to discipline us, to set us right. And it's always someone outside of us, a God, a church, a parent, a boss, a partner, a child. When the call is coming from within you, baby, it is you. You're the person you're supposed to be. Oh my gosh, what am I talking about? Oh, getting to know. Right. Okay. So when you think about a great artist, a creator, they create this beautiful sculpture. They've spent all this time and energy creating this beautiful sculpture, okay? And then they're showing off their beautiful sculpture. Look at all the things it can do. And then some person who is not the creator comes along and starts pointing out all the flaws in the sculpture. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so like disrespectful, or like, I don't know, like that's just like, that doesn't look like that other sculpture, or like that, and blah, blah, blah. What would the creator do? They would be pissed. They would be offended. They would be like, why the hell are you pointing out all like flaws, trying to make my creation seem bad? And yet somehow, I feel like a lot of us, we were taught that it's good actually to point out all of the reasons that God's creation is wrong. When actually it honors the creator to, when like, hey, look at this, this artist's creation, it would honor the creator to look closer at the creation, to notice all the ways that the creation is actually perfect in its uniqueness, in its humanness, in its beingness, asking more about the creation, getting to know the creation. So if we're using God as the creator, the divine as the creator, creating you, you think you're doing the right thing by pointing out all your flaws and all the ways you are imperfect and unholy and bad and wicked. And God is over here like, who the hell is talking about my creation like this? Why the hell is my creation, who taught my creation to think it's bad, to gaslight itself? My creation should be looking at all the ways that I made it perfectly. All the things that they're telling themselves are bad are actually some of their coolest features. They're just looking at them wrong. I spend all this freaking hard work creating this perfect, unique, special creation. And then it has the nerve to be like, oh no, I'm bad. Oh no, I could never do it. Oh no. It honors the creator to look closer at the creation, to understand why it's perfect as is, and why its value is inherent. Okay? Because I feel like also like on all of this, I don't want to be on too long. Yeah. So like, I'm pretty sure Jesus is quoted in the Bible as saying, the kingdom of heaven is within you. But we're also taught to spend so much time being so afraid of going within. We don't want to be selfish, right? We don't want to be self-centered. We don't want to go within. We want to go without. We want to go like God or the pastor or our parents or like these other people, the Bible, something external to us is where the wisdom is. When the Bible and lots of other books are like, no, it's within. Go within. That's where heaven is. Within you. So go within there. So, I challenge you, I invite you this week, actually, to find time to go within, to get quiet. Don't even have music. Just go outside. Listen to the trees. And just bask. This is if you can't take a bath. That's, you know, always like so amazing too. But yeah, if you are going to take a bath, try and stay in as long as you can, babe. Try and stay in there for an hour. I know that might sound crazy to you, but trust me, it's just so crazy. It just might work. And you know the power of water. It holds memory, and you know, you can like enchant it and then purify yourself, bathe in it. It's just very amazing, powerful blessing and tool that you can use in your ascension. And, you know, it's part of your purpose here. Okay. So anyway, I've said what I wanted to say. So stop running from yourself. Okay. It's you. You have all the power. You're perfectly honed and created to be able to harness your power in the way that the divine, the cosmos, the universe, God wants you to. So, okay. Hi everyone. Okay. Yeah. I told okay. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Great. I love that. Yeah, like there's so much to do. Like there's so many, you know, there's so much imagining to be done. It's crazy to think that you could have idle hands, you know? Like what? What? There's so much. Yeah. Anyway. I think that's all I want to say. So, if you made it this far, would you give me, okay, so it's Halloween. Give me give me a phone, because like the call is coming from inside the house, right? I was gonna say like give me a knife, a dagger, but I don't know about that. Oh, maybe a running. Give me a running emoji, a running person emoji. Stop running from yourself. Maybe do an emoji sentence. Stop running from yourself like a mirror. And subscribe and give me a like and comment. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'm gonna be getting on. You're gonna see me at least 12 more times before November 11th. So hit that notification bell so you get notified when I come on and be giving you these gems. All right. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Okay, bring your forehead up against the screen. I love you so dang much. And this is all made up, okay? And the call is coming from inside the house. All right? Stop running from yourself. There's nothing to fear, babe. You're not going to get in trouble for being idle. In fact, that's where the magic happens. Sit still, sit with yourself, play, enjoy yourself, bask. Yeah, go within. Go within, babe. That's where the magic is. All right. I love you. I've said it. Okay. Salam. And yalla bye.